Okay, here we are at the Arizona Hot Springs parking lot. We will take the normal approach down there and head toward Liberty Bell, Arizona Hot Springs, White Rock Springs intersection, and we will make a sharp right onto the second Liberty Bell approach and take the wash down to the Lost Man Hot Spring wash area. Okay, once you come down from the bridge, first intersection of note here is the one here with this sign. Arizona Hot Springs is to the left, White Rock and Liberty Bell are straight ahead, and Liberty Bell 2 / Spooky Canyon is to the right. That's where we'll be going, and we'll pick up the wash leading to the hot spring there. Alright, proceeding on the Liberty Bell 2 trail, the Spooky Canyon trail branches off into a wash and goes under the freeway, but we want to continue on the main Liberty Bell 2 trail until we drop into the wash we're looking for, which is not marked. Okay, just as you get to the crest of the hill here, that'll be your high point for this whole hike. You can see the sheep crossing bridge right up there, and right down here is a little rocks reminding you that not to follow the old road, that the Liberty Bell Trail number 2 actually swings left here and becomes much narrower. It's no longer a road. However, for our purposes, we will be crossing over the rocks. We're not going to follow the road very far at all. All we're basically going to do is get down into the wash there, all the way, and follow that all the way to Lost Man Hot Springs. It's essentially the beginning of the trail. There's no other turns needed other than to get around obstacles. So, this is where the last place where you'll have any sense of civilization, because nobody goes here. So just a note on the terrain so far. It's all been, I would call light scrambling. Like for instance, there's this obstacle here. There's no need to actually go down it. You just walk a little bit over to one side and there's a very easy light use of hand scramble on the way down. So far that's what I've gotten. So far no major obstacles that you can't easily walk around. About halfway down the wash, you'll catch a very good view of Liberty Bell Arch in the distance. I don't see anyone hanging around there right now, but that's where we are. So working our way down the wash here, getting closer to the river, more than halfway to the river now. So at about the 3 mile mark, I come across this cairn with a very obvious view of Liberty Bell in the distance. So I suspect this is an alternate approach to either this trail or from Liberty Bell. I may use that as the return trail on the way back and see how that goes. See if it's any shorter than the 3 miles I'm at exactly right now. Eventually you will reach some very high walls on the trail. I just wanted to shoot some footage of these. It's almost like being in a little Zion or something here. So similar to Arizona Hot Springs, you get to that section with the really high walls. And I'm going to head in. So I'm in what I would call the narrow section of the wash now. I didn't find any really terribly bad obstacles. There was just one that I did like 1 or 2 waterfalls ago where you just had to step down just a little awkwardly, but it wasn't a far drop. It was maybe like a 5-foot drop. So even if you fell, it's not going to kill you. Okay, so just before you get to the river, you come to what I call this main obstacle I read about in someone's blog. Coming straight down is not practical. I'll show you the way I came down, but I may choose to try to go up a different way. In fact, I'm surprised I just didn't try coming down this way. I guess it's not obvious when you're at the top that right here on the corner, so it looks like a fairly easy way down, or at least up. I'll try that. Also, you probably could use this over here to make your way up and over again the way I did, because from the top it just wasn't obvious to me, and my risk aversion is pretty high when I'm at the top. So I actually ended up coming down. I went up a small hill to the left of the obstacle on the way down, and way down here Here's where I went. There's a little crack here, and get a better view over here. But the sun's kind of in my eyes, so I kind of climbed up that way. It's hard to see with all the bushes, but there's a small ledge along the right side you can use to get up and over. It was one or two spots where it was like there's a little bit of a drop off, nothing fatal or anything, but I think I'll try one of the other ways up on the way back here now that I have a better view of what's at the bottom. Trekking poles definitely were helpful to balance myself on the way down, and I didn't have any incidences, and now I believe that's the last obstacle before the hot spring in the bottom of the river. So as you go downstream, there's quite a lot of shrubbery here, bushes. There does seem to be a trail along the left side of the wash as you're going down, and I'm just following that to avoid all the bushes. So I found some water flowing out of a rock here as I'm getting closer. I put my finger in it. It doesn't feel particularly warm or anything, so I'll see if I'm going to go a little further downstream, see if maybe that's where the real hot spring is. Otherwise, I'll come and check the temperature on this little spring here. The bushes are kind of breaking up a little bit, so you can kind of walk in the main wash, alternating with the path on the left as needed. I think we're almost to the river. Okay, I've reached the, oh my god, there's no way around this obstacle here. I'm going to check around a little bit, but there's absolutely no way you could go down this without equipment. So I'm going to go see if there's an alternate route somewhere here. Either to the left or to the right, but I'm not seeing it. Okay, so obviously there is no way down. I climbed up just a little higher to get a better view, and there is absolutely no way I can see that's practical to get down any further. So it's so funny because we are that's how close we are. The blue dot to me, and that's where the hot spring is, like right there. And there's the river. You actually do get a view of the river. This is as close as we can get right now. This will be our turnaround point. So I'll take a temperature check of the other one. Maybe that's a slightly warm spring too. Just a note, it's 4.7 miles. Took me about 2.5 hours to get to here. Obviously it will take a little longer to go up. So using the Liberty Bell return actually shaves about at least, let's see, there's three miles. Shaves about half a mile. Shaves about half a mile off the return trip. So, and it's probably a little faster because the trail's a lot better. So about just over 4 hours flat to do this trail, 8.5 miles.